Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing a kill of Mythic One-Armed Bandit. This fight is really good for preservation because it just plays into preservation strengths a lot, which is just covering everyone with a lot of damage that you can use engulf several times on. But it has some annoyances in that you are forced to move around a lot and you sometimes have to reach people that are very far away. But we can deal with that in a couple of different ways. The review is going to be mainly about cooldown usage and how to play the fight. If you need help with talent builds or the actual rotation of the class, you can check the guides listed in the description of the video. And your main focus on the fight is just healing the shield absorbs, like the healing absorbs. That's your main thing. You should completely focus on that and send in as many cooldowns as possible on as many of the absorbs you can. And trying to deal with the dispels and moving around the coins as much as you can while still healing for as much as you can during the absorbs. So let's go on to the fight. So first of all, the first heal absorb comes very early, like 10 seconds into the fight. But you're not going to ramp for that, really, because that one is going to be covered by your Discipline Priest or probably other healer. It doesn't fit very well with the stasis profile, so you're not healing the first one. But you can get one engulf for free here, so that is what I'm going to do. As you see, it does nothing because the Discipline Priest covers it, but you can definitely help with one engulf because you're going to have it back by the time you need it. So right now, I'm basically doing nothing, just sending Living Flames on the boss because I'm waiting for my Q to start ramping because timing is very important here. So there we go. I start my ramp for my stasis. And the ramp involves sending one temporal anomaly, using all your echoes, using Fire Breath to proc Spark, then casting an echo with the burst that the Spark just gave you, then casting a Living Flame, so you can use Living Flames to generate more bursts, using those bursts, and then around that time, Temporal Anomaly will be back. So you cast the Temporal Anomaly, and now you have around 15 echoes, so you cover almost all the raid. When the damage comes in, you will live bind these echoes, and you will press Stasis, Dream Breath, Double Engulf. And that is the main source of your healing. So there you go, I use my Burden Embrace, Stasis, DB, Double Engulf. And now the second heal absorb is going to come soon after that. So I do a small run with 1 TA, another burner base, and I release the stasis to heal that one. And that's going to be like the main thing you do all the fight. Like you line up all the stasis you can, and you cover the rest with other cooldowns like Emerald Communion and so. There is my Q to ramp for Emerald Communion for the fourth healing absorb. So I am ramping right now. There's my second temporal anomaly. And here comes the healing absorb. And I start healing. There's another set of absorbs coming soon, but I am assuming to Dreamflight that, not so I don't ramp for them. And we're gonna be moving across the room because the ads are not CCable. So I do my Dreamflight and I completely fuck it up because I fly into a coin. But you can actually survive the coin landing if you have both time dilation and scales on you. So I got lucky. We finish with the ads, and I just wait for my Q to start my next ramp. And there you go. Next stasis. It's very important to ramp at the correct times because you want to have as much coverage as possible. It's important that you get as much of the raid as possible because you want the life and healing. It's a very big part of your healing. Here comes the heal absorbs. I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. There's my stasis. Now I have to dispel or Shadow Priest. I have to wait until it goes green. There we go. I do a small ramp for the release once again. And there we go. And there's my Q to start ramping for my next Consume Flame. I'm gonna do a double engulf ramp with no stasis. You can do that if there's a very dangerous part in between two casts of your stasis. You can do the exact same ramp and use 2 engulfs in that moment. It's not as powerful because you don't have the stasis to release right after, but you still do as much healing as you do when you're storing the stasis. And as long as it's around right in the middle, you get the both charges of engulf back for your stasis anyway. So this is pretty bad, and it's an example of something that can happen to you and will probably happen to you, is that I am about to use my engulfs, but I have to run out to drop my dispel, which is bad because if you're out of range when you're engulfed, you don't heal anyone. So I use my hover here. That's my lifeline, that's my DB, and I try to inch forward so I can get everyone in range when I'm actually pressing the engulf, and it works out. Here we stack together, and here I'm gonna rewind and reinflate, and trying to get as much value out of that as possible. So we're taking damage, and here comes the absorb. I rewind to clear B part of the absorb, and I dreamflate over everyone. And then I start my reinforced stasis. I accidentally click the Warlock Gate because that happens to everyone sometimes. And I start my ramp. Now I get a big hit, which is absolutely terrible. And I drop it to this side. I come with a hover, and I usually Warlock Gate back in, but I just messed up my gate, so I don't have a gate. So terrible things are happening to me right now, but that's okay because I can survive. I avoid the fire. And I am absolutely completely late to this heal absorb, which is really bad and may lead to some wipes, but I just got very, very unlucky and played really bad there. But it's fine. So there's the second set of absorbs, and I'm releasing my stasis now to clear them up. And now, once again, I'm gonna ram for a double engulf burst with no stasis. This is in between my stasis usages. I'm using both my charges of engulf in a single ramp. This is a pretty common thing that will happen to you, which is people are low and you're mid ramp, and you feel like you need to heal them. You want to keep the people alive, but you're mid ramp, so you cannot do anything, because if you do anything, you will consume your echoes. And really, what you have to do here is just ignore the health bars and focus on your ramp, because you should really focus on, I am doing my ramp, I need to execute my ramp properly, and I'm gonna kill the mechanic that I'm assigned to hell. If people are low, usually other healers are better at dealing with spot healing. And this is another thing that might happen to you a lot in this fight. I am about to use my engulfs, and I have to dispel someone, and I don't have Spatial Paradox. Usually, Spatial Paradox is just your free card here, because you can Spatial Paradox and dispel someone very far away, but I don't have it right now because I already used it. So what I'm gonna do right now is just, my mage is just gonna have to live with it and survive on its own, basically, because I am gonna heal the raid, because the raid is more people than just the mage. So I am doing my thing, and then I'm gonna dispel him, but I don't know where he is, and he is out of range. So I panic a little bit and try to find him, and there he is, and I dispel. Worked out. It's a mage. Mage is gonna live. Now, I am coming in a little bit early because I panicked from the healing absorb, which was kind of bad. My ramp wasn't clean. I should have had it. I should have had my ramp earlier there, but I messed up. I didn't have it, but I just got a lower value Emerald Communion to try to get people alive, which is fine-ish if no one dies, but ideally you line it up properly. Now I'm gonna stasis for this heal absorbs. And we're fine. Coins are coming. In this part, you have to be careful that if you're too close to the wall, if you see the lines coming, and you might be safe from the lines, but if you're very close to the wall, the coin might just land here, and if you're back there, you may get hit by the coin landing. So you have to be aware of, yeah, like that, not only that you're not touching the line, but also that you're far away enough from the wall, because in this part, you're sending the coins near the raid instead of all the way to the back. just to feel pull. And I'm about to release my stasis and the set of sword that is coming now. I'm just kind of going through the motions here, like not in really a signer playing right now. I could have used more engulf, like right here. If I was better prepared for this, I could have used double engulf shards here, but I just send my rewind instead because it doesn't require prep time. And here I almost die with this coin failure, which is the same thing I was just mentioning, that you have to be aware of how far away from the wall you are. But we're fine, we move out, and the boss is about to die. I start sending engulfs as I notice the rate is low. Spirit Bloom to spot heal people a little bit, and Dreamflight just because it came up. And the boss dies. So yeah, about this boss, as I said, the main things you have to focus on is doing the healing absorbs properly. That's your main thing. And ramping correctly for every one of them, because Lifeline is a big part of the healing you do, and you want to have Lifeline on as many people as possible. If you execute the ramp correctly, you can have up to 15, 17, maybe 18 people, everyone but the tanks covered by your Lifeline ramp. And that is a lot of extra healing you're gaining, or losing if you're failing at the ramp. So focus on doing the ramps properly. Try to keep people alive in between your important healing, but remember that's not really your job there. You're here to AoE heal every burst damage event, and yeah, that's what you should focus on and how you're gonna kill the boss. And yeah, playing preservation is a bit annoying in this fight because of the range thing, and because you might get this absolutely destroyed by getting a big hit while you have to engulf. But you can deal with that, like using your hovers smartly and the special paradox when you need to dispel someone, and the Warlock Gate to move around if needed. You have to play smartly, but you can definitely play it. It's not totally difficult. But yeah, that will be One-Armed Bandit. I hope this was useful to you, and have a good ride.